In this video, we are going to explore one of the most mysterious topics in space history, NASA's forbidden footage. For many years, people have believed that NASA hides certain videos, removes strange photos, and keeps some moments secret from the public. From missing audio during the moon landing to strange objects in space videos, these mysteries raise many questions. What was removed? Why wasn't the world allowed to see it? Today, in simple English, we will dive deep into the stories, theories, and secrets behind NASA's hidden footage and try to understand what might really be happening behind the scenes. For many decades, people around the world have been fascinated by NASA and everything it does. NASA sends rockets to space, lands rovers on Mars, studies the moon, and explores the unknown darkness that surrounds our Earth. Because of this, NASA receives huge attention from scientists, students, and ordinary people who simply love space. But with this attention also comes curiosity and suspicion. Many people believe NASA hides some things from the public. They say NASA removes certain videos, deletes photos, edits images, cuts audio, and hides moments that could reveal something unusual. This idea has created a long-running mystery, often called NASA's forbidden footage. Today, we explore the beginning of this mystery and what people believe NASA has removed from its records. The mystery begins with the famous Apollo missions. When NASA first sent astronauts to the moon in the 1960s and 70s, the whole world watched. These missions were historic moments. Humans leaving Earth, reaching the moon, and walking on its surface for the first time in history. Millions of people sat in front of their televisions, listening to every word from the astronauts. But years later, when researchers listened to the recordings again, they discovered strange gaps. There were moments where the audio suddenly went silent. Some conversations between astronauts and mission control were missing. People began to wonder, what happened during those missing minutes? Did the astronauts say something NASA didn't want the world to hear? Did they see something unusual on the moon? CE. During the Apollo 11 mission, during this silent period, some people believe the astronauts saw mysterious objects near the lunar surface. According to these theories, the astronauts described strange shapes or lights, but NASA muted the audio to hide it. NASA says this silence was caused by a technical glitch. But because the moment was so important and because the details are unclear, many people still believe something was hidden. Another strange part of the story involves the original moon landing tapes. NASA recorded the first moonwalk in very high quality using special equipment. But years later, NASA revealed that these tapes were erased and reused. This shocked people around the world. How could NASA erase the most important recording in human history? NASA explained that storage was expensive and no one knew the tapes would be so valuable later. But many people rejected that explanation. They believed the real reason was different. Maybe the original tapes showed something NASA didn't want us to see. Maybe the footage contained strange shapes, unusual movements, or unexplained details that were removed before the public broadcast was released. This belief grew stronger when researchers discovered that some parts of the video looked less clear than expected. The mystery continues with NASA's more recent broadcasts. NASA often shows live footage from the International Space Station. People around the world watch these live streams to see Earth from space, observe astronauts, and enjoy the beauty of the universe. But sometimes, when something bright or strange appears in the background, the live feed suddenly cuts off. The screen goes blue or switches to another camera. NASA says this happens because of signal problems or technical issues. But viewers believe the timing is too perfect. They argue that NASA cuts the stream whenever an unidentified object enters the frame. These objects are often described as glowing lights, moving dots, or shapes that do not look like stars or satellites. This pattern has convinced many people that NASA hides something in space, maybe UFOs. One of the most famous incidents happened in 1996 during Space Shuttle mission STS-275. This mission was supposed to test a long piece of equipment called the tether, but during the experiment, the tether unexpectedly broke and floated away into space. While the astronauts recorded the floating tether, dozens of round, bright objects appeared in the background. Some of these objects looked like they were moving intelligently. NASA said they were ice particles or pieces of debris, but many viewers believed the objects were living organisms or alien crafts. This video became one of the most watched and debated pieces of NASA footage. People called it forbidden footage, even though NASA never officially labeled it as secret. But all these events, people began to question NASA's transparency. They wondered whether NASA truly shows everything, or if there are moments that are quietly removed. This belief grew stronger with the rise of the internet. Old videos, leaked recordings, blurry photographs, and strange audio clips began appearing everywhere. Some people claim they found old NASA files containing unknown voices. Others say they discovered edited photos on the NASA website where certain shapes or shadows were removed. NASA denies these claims and says they simply follow safety rules, privacy rules, and technical protocols. But the mystery continues because people feel that too many strange things happen to be simple accidents. This brings us to another part of the story, Mars. NASA has sent several rovers to Mars to explore the planet's surface. These rovers take thousands of pictures. NASA uploads many of them for the public. But people have noticed that some photos disappear later. Others appear blurred. Some show shapes that look like animals, statues, tools, or even faces. NASA explains that these shapes are illusions created by light and shadow. But people believe the real reason is that NASA is hiding signs of ancient life on Mars. This belief grew when certain images showed geometric shapes that looked unnatural, like straight lines and sharp edges. People argued that nature rarely creates such perfect shapes, suggesting they might be artificial structures. NASA, however, says there is no proof of this. All these stories and mysteries slowly built a belief that NASA removes or hides certain footage. Whether these removals are intentional or accidental is still unclear, but the curiosity of people continues to grow. The mystery of NASA's forbidden footage begins here with missing audio, strange video clips, unexplained objects, and disappearing images. This is only the beginning of the story. As the mystery of NASA's forbidden footage grows, new stories and theories appear, adding more layers to the puzzle. After the incidents with the moon missions, the space shuttle recordings, and the live ISS cuts, people began to believe that NASA has a habit of hiding anything unusual. Whether these beliefs are true or not, they have created a strong sense of curiosity around the world. In this second part of the story, we continue exploring the deeper and more mysterious claims that surround NASA's missing footage. One of the biggest reasons this mystery refuses to die is the discovery of old audio recordings. These recordings are from the early days of space exploration when communication technology was not advanced. Some tapes contain strange voices, unexplained messages, or sudden interruptions. People have analyzed these recordings and claim there are conversations between astronauts and mission control that do not match official transcripts. One particular tape includes a voice saying, "Do you see it too?" followed by static. No one knows who said it or what they were referring to. NASA says these are simple technical distortions, but people believe these recordings capture moments where astronauts saw something they were not supposed to see. Because many tapes are incomplete or damaged, it becomes even easier for people to imagine mysterious explanations. Another part of the mystery comes from photographs taken during different missions. In many old NASA pictures, people have noticed odd shapes or shadows that do not fit the environment. In some images, there are reflections on helmets that look like human figures standing far away. Others show strange lights in the sky or unusual patterns on the ground. NASA explains these shapes as reflections, lens flares, or camera defects. But conspiracy theorists argue that NASA has edited many of these photos. They say NASA removes details that show UFOs, alien structures, or unknown creatures. This belief became stronger when digital image experts found places in some photos that seemed like they were blurred or modified. NASA says this is just due to data compression, but because the explanation sounds technical, many people remain suspicious. The Mars missions continue, adding fuel to this fire. When the Curiosity and Perseverance rovers sent back images, people found new mysteries. Some photos show rocks shaped like animals, like a lizard, a frog, or even a snake. NASA says these are natural rock formations shaped by wind and erosion, but the shapes look so familiar that it becomes easy for people to believe otherwise. In another image, a dark shadow appears behind a rock, shaped like a human figure. Some people say it looks like a person bending down. NASA says it is just a combination of shadows and rocks. But these explanations do little to stop the imagination of viewers. When people want to believe something, simple explanations no longer feel convincing. One of the most dramatic claims is that NASA discovered signs of ancient life on Mars long ago, but kept it secret. According to this theory, some early rover missions found evidence of past civilizations. These ideas are not supported by any official report, but people connect them with missing photos and unexplained edits. Because NASA sometimes removes low-quality photos, people assume they removed them because they contained something important. Even though NASA tries to explain why some images disappear, many people feel the pattern is too suspicious to ignore. Apart from Mars, people also talk about strange events seen by astronauts while orbiting Earth. Many astronauts have mentioned seeing unidentified objects during their missions. Though they never called them aliens, these objects moved in ways that didn't match satellites or space debris. Some astronauts describe round lights, metallic shapes, or fast-moving dots. NASA says these are ice crystals reflecting sunlight, but viewers believe the astronauts saw real alien crafts. The fact that many of these videos later become unavailable on official NASA platforms adds more mystery. People argue that if there was nothing unusual, why would NASA remove the videos? In recent years, the US government released reports about UAPs and identified aerial phenomena. These reports admitted that some objects seen in the sky cannot be explained. When this happened, people said NASA must also have hidden similar footage earlier. If the government can admit it now, maybe NASA has known it for decades. NASA responded by announcing a new team to study UAP sightings. But instead of stopping curiosity, this announcement created more questions. People think if NASA is studying UAPs now, that means they knew something long before. Many experts also believe NASA might hide footage for practical reasons. For example, space missions involve secret military equipment. NASA cannot show such things publicly. Sometimes astronauts see objects that belong to other countries, and NASA must hide them to avoid political problems. In some cases, video footage may show technical failures or dangerous mistakes, and NASA might remove such parts to protect their reputation. These are logical reasons, but when people already believe in mystery, even logical explanations sound like excuses. Another element that keeps the mystery alive is human imagination. Space is a completely unknown environment. When people see something they cannot understand, their minds create possibilities. Sometimes a simple reflection becomes a UFO, a camera glitch becomes a hidden creature, a dust particle becomes a glowing orb. Even when the real explanation is ordinary, the mystery becomes extraordinary in people's minds. This is how simple misunderstandings turn into powerful stories. In the end, the question remains, does NASA really hide forbidden footage? The truth is somewhere between belief and doubt. It is possible that some footage is removed for technical or security reasons. It is also possible that people misunderstand what they see. But because NASA's work deals with the unknown, people feel there must be secrets behind the scenes. This feeling keeps the mystery alive. What makes the story even more interesting is that every time NASA explains something, new questions rise. Every time a new mission launches, new shapes, shadows, and lights appear in the footage. Every time a camera cuts suddenly, people believe something big is being hidden. Whether the mystery is real or not, the curiosity it creates is powerful. People want to know what is beyond our world, what is hidden in the darkness of space, and what secrets NASA might be keeping, until the day when all footage is released or when something undeniable is discovered. The story of NASA's forbidden footage will continue to grow. It will inspire theories, discussions, and debates, and it will keep us wondering what truly lies out there in the vast, silent universe. Thank you for watching this journey into NASA's forbidden footage. Whether these mysteries are real secrets or simple misunderstandings, one thing is clear: space is full of surprises, and we still know very little about the universe. NASA continues exploring, and people continue asking questions. Maybe one day, all the missing footage will be revealed, or maybe the truth will stay hidden among the stars. Until then, keep exploring, stay curious, and join us again for more mysteries of space.